Here we go, baby. Good evening, everybody. This is Game Time Huddle with Rodney Cox, session number two, and we are here with my man Zeke Branham from Fresno State, originally from Arizona. Glad to have him, linebacker. Man, listen, I'm excited to just get straight to it. So, Zeke, man, talk to me a little bit and introduce yourself to the world. Yeah, talk to me a little bit, bro.
Cool. Yeah. I'm Zeke Branham, originally from Arizona, like we were just talking about, from Mesa, Arizona. I went to Skyline High School and I graduated in 2021. So I'm a red shirt, I guess, junior right now. So that's how that goes. And so, yeah, I play defense. I'm a linebacker right now, a little bit of D line too. So that's really about
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So, and it's funny when you said red shirt jig, because she's like with this whole COVID thing, right? Like
Yeah.
it's wild, like so. Let's kind of just throw that out there. So, how has that been? Just with the transition of like the COVID year, and you know what? Let's go to it. The transfer portal. Like, talk to me a little
Mhm.
bit.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough. That whole situation with COVID, it really set a lot of things off track. I mean, with all these guys getting extra years and things, it kind of pushes down the newer classes a little bit because they don't really get as much time as these guys are getting. Like I'm the first class who didn't get the COVID year, so
Hmm.
2020 got the COVID year, but I didn't get mine. So I gotta
Wow.
only have my 5 years while they get six, and so it's a little hard in that way, but it's giving a lot of guys opportunities to take their game to another level for an extra year. So that's helping those guys out for sure. But other than that, it's been a big thing for the portal. I think the biggest thing is a lot of these guys are taking their 5 years at one school, then saying, okay, let me just try something else and hitting their portal for the last COVID year. That's what I'm thinking the trend is right now. But other than that, it's been a cool opportunity for most people. But
Okay.
it's definitely been
Okay.
hard for some people too. So it goes both ways. Yeah.
It goes both ways. And
Yeah.
let's be honest, man, you gotta know how to adapt to it. You know what I mean? And you're doing very well at that. So um let's kind of start this off. I know I kind of went straight into like COVID year and transfer portal, but
Yeah, that's all good.
tell tell everybody as far as, your height, your weight, some of your, personal goals for this year, things like that.
Cool. Yeah. Right now I'm about 6'2", 235, 240, fluctuates around that area. I came in coming from DB in high school into college, going to linebacker. I came in at about 210, 215. So I've been putting on weight, and I've been holding about this weight for a little minute now. And as far as my goals, I really just want to maintain this weight because, like I'm saying, I'm a linebacker, so I still got to have some size on me, but I got to keep my speed too because the game nowadays, everybody's running a 4-3, so you
Right.
got to keep the
Everybody,
speed. So
even
yeah,
linemen.
yep, no,
It's
exactly. So
wild. It's wild.
trying to
Okay.
balance those two, that's my goal. Keep my speed and also keep that good size. It's going to help me play. So.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
Now you talk about as far as your, like you played at Skyline out here in Arizona. How is the process, right? Like I know you, right? I mean, because I
Mhm.
met you, was that your junior year in
I
high
think it was my
school?
junior year. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I saw you and I was like, bruh, we going D1. like I was like, bruh, you good, you big, you had the GPA and the ACT. I was like, we
Mhm.
going D1. You know what I mean? And things happen, and but you can tell everybody as far as like just your process, just with high school, going to college, and everything like that.
Yeah, I say the biggest thing for me was trusting in my own talent because coming from
Mhm.
high school, especially school that's a little bit smaller compared to some schools like Chandler or the
Mhm.
Hamiltons out there in Arizona that have these big names. From a
Absolutely.
school like Skyline, you really don't know how you fit into the big world of things, and so I really didn't know what level I would play at until you started talking to me more like, yeah, we're going D1, and that really gave me a lot of confidence in that area. And so
Yeah.
that process for me was pretty new because my parents were new to the whole process too. So
Mhm.
you helped me out a lot with that because I know I was clueless in it, how to talk to coaches, how to put myself out there, promote myself, and keep my social media clean and appealing to coaches and things. And so I say that was the most difficult part, really, just understanding the whole process and finding your niche. But once you do, you can really maximize the whole opportunity of it. You can really start
Absolutely.
marketing yourself, especially with the whole NIL scene now. You can really market your image to all these coaches and all these brands and all these teams. And so,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I kind of want to get to two because, like, you keep talking some good stuff, right? I want to talk about NILs, right? But
Mhm.
before we get there, um, your high school, obviously Skyline, just like what you said, is not the big like the Chandlers and the Bashers
Mhm.
and things like that. And obviously, again, like what I said before, I know who you are, and I know like the last 2 years, it was a struggle, like your junior year and
Mhm.
your senior year, because you was playing running back, safety, linebacker. I
Yeah.
mean, you damn near could have played kicker if you wanted to. Like it was a, and remember, I used to always tell you, just don't get hurt. Just don't get
Yeah.
hurt. Like,
Mhm.
please don't get hurt. So, like most of these guys out there that play sports, or even young ladies, they always think, I gotta go to the big school. I gotta go to the Chandlers of the world, or the Bishop Gormans in Las Vegas, or XYZ school in California.
Mhm.
But like, what would you tell someone that's like, yo, you ain't really gotta go to those top schools. As long as you perform, you can go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. I say if I were to tell somebody, I would tell them these coaches are recruiting you, not your school. And they want you on their program, not your school name or your school colors. And so
Mhm.
that was a big thing for me to understand because you're seeing all these kids from these bigger schools getting these huge offers, huge places, and then you go to a smaller school and you don't see your guys getting these types of looks. And you're like, man, am I really cut out like these guys are? Because I'm our school isn't getting all this attention, but in reality, it kind of keeps you humble when you're at a school that isn't this big name that keeps you hungry. And a lot of coaches really love that. They don't always love these superstars who are coming from these big programs because most of the time they're just sitting in the limelight and getting the attention. But
Mhm.
they really like these dudes who come from places that don't have all the limelight because they can really make a name for themselves. And that's what they really want. They really want
Okay.
grit and they want that effort and they want the talent, of course. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, you're doing a great job, right? I mean, so tell the world a little bit, right? So where do we end at the end of your senior year? How many offers did we have?
Uh, I think it was around 25, 26, that area.
Bruh,
So it
it
was a
was
good amount. It was a good
crazy.
amount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And here we go. Like I tell people all the time,
Hmm.
it's not about me, right? It's not about it,
Hmm.
it's teamwork. And tell the world your GPA, because I think that's what really opened up doors was your GPA and then your test scores. Because I mean, we had those service schools coming. We had
Hmm.
not the prep schools, but the Ivy League schools that were there as well. So like coming out of high school, what was your GPA and things like that?
I couldn't remember the exact GPA, but I know it was around a 4.1 or 4.2, that area. And so it was up there. It was up there. And I think that
Bruh,
really helped
it
me
was
a lot. Yeah.
listen, when I
Mm.
again when I met you, because remember we met at Black Rock Cafe. I remember
Yep.
like it was yesterday, bro. Like, and I still have the picture of you and me standing next to each other. Like we take the picture,
Mhm.
and in my head, I'm like, Dad, we going D1. And I never like I didn't tell you that till later, but I was like, yo, we going D1. Like you got the height, you got like you have the box, right? And I was like,
Mhm.
you couple that with your GPA, and I was like, dude, and I was so dumbfounded, like, because remember, I was still new in the game back in the day,
Mhm.
and I was like, bruh, like, I wish every kid was like this. 4.1 GPA, big as hell. Because you and I played the same position in college,
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting there like, how is this dude bigger than me? When I came out of high school, I was like, you sure you need me, Zeke? Like, I don't know if you need me. Mr. Marlin, you might not need me, but it was good. It worked
Yeah.
out. You busted your tail, I busted my tail. We just had fun with the whole process.
Mhm.
And here we are today. So let's go. And again, I want to talk about NIL and how is that again change the game as well. And do you guys have avenues that you can work on yourself with like social media, maybe talk to your compliance people on getting NILs for
Mhm.
yourself? So how was that changing the college sports?
It's really changed the entire game. I'll tell you that much. It's still
Yeah.
pretty new. It's in its little adolescent years, so it's new. But right now, it's helped a lot of players just really be able to maximize their platform because a lot of these guys are performing, doing these great things, but they really can't maximize without NIL. But what the NIL allows them to kind of just take in what they deserve, you
Absolutely.
know. And so it's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and it's really cool because you can make NIL pretty personal to you. You don't always got to go to just one brand or one company, but you can take on different opportunities that
Mhm.
identify to you, like different clothing brands that you like,
Mhm.
different car brands that you look forward to, different things like that. You can make it real personal, and I think that's a
Okay.
big thing because that's more in line to your image, and so I think that's really cool about
And that's dope. So real quick, I don't want to put it out there, but do you
it.
have anything working behind the scenes? And
Mm.
again, you could just cough one time if you are. we don't want to put too much
Yeah,
into it because I know that
I
lifestyle.
got you.
But I mean, so yeah, do you have anything in works right now, or just lining up, for some NIL
Mm,
deals?
yeah, no, I definitely. I've had a couple, and I definitely
Okay,
have some more coming to the table. And our
okay.
staff, my compliance team, they help out a lot with that,
Hmm.
and they deal with all that back work because it does get complicated, and we don't
Yeah.
have that much time as student athletes, so they handle most of that, and so
Okay,
they make it
man,
pretty streamlined for us. Yeah.
bro, you just said it. You don't have enough time. So
Hmm.
let's talk about your schedule, right? And then from your schedule, we'll talk about your off season. But
Hmm.
tell these people, man, because I don't think people get it. Like you're in high school, right? You see Saturday Night Lights, you see the
Hmm.
fireworks, you see the guys running out the stadium, but you don't understand what these guys go through Sunday through Friday. Like it is like let's call it for what it is, right? This is Game
Hmm.
Time Huddle. This is my show. I do what I want, right?
Yeah.
They own you for those 4 to 5 years. So talk to me a little bit as far as like your schedule as a student athlete.
It's hectic. It's hectic. You don't get into it thinking you're gonna have a lot of free time because you don't. But you know
Right.
what? It's your job. We're here to play football just like you're working 9 to 5. And so
Mhm.
we're out there working, but we get to do football. We get to do it. And so it's when you look at college football, you see, of course, the Saturday Night Lights, all the big highlight films and all these things, but that's like 5%. Like
Right.
95% is the stuff you'll never see and you'll never hear about until you're there. It's all those extra meetings, practices, training sessions, training room sessions, meal room sessions, all these things kind of tie into it. And that's a part that a lot of
Mhm.
kids don't really grasp because in high school, every school runs their operation different. You could have a
Right.
really keen high school coach who understands the college football life and will kind of mimic that into high school. And some coaches just don't understand it at all and they don't prepare you for what you're going to see in college. But the biggest thing is just to know that you don't have time. They own you. They own you. But you know
I
what?
mean,
It's a blessing.
yeah.
You want them to own you because you live your
Hmm.
best life. You're blessed to be in this position to play football and to make some money if you can while doing it. So it's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
blessing. Yeah.
And I hate that you say that about make money because when I was in school, right, we could do
Yeah.
none of this. There was
Mm-hmm.
no like NIL deals and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So listen, I'm all about NIL deals. Go make your money.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what you said, bro. Like they own you. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm-hmm.
wake up football, you go to sleep football, and like
Mm-hmm.
it literally it's a constant 7 day. Like even like me and my boys or my old teammates, we talk about like, man, what fun did we have? You know what I mean? Like, and I know you and I joked about it today
Yeah.
as far as like, yo, what kind of nightlife y'all have out there in
Yeah.
Fresno? You know what I mean? And it's like these kids don't get it. So I'm glad that you said that. So let's kind of, you know what? I'm gonna throw a quick one at you, okay? Um, what do you do for fun? Fresno, Northern Colorado, you're from Arizona. Like, talk to me a
Hmm.
little bit.
I say for me, I really just hang out with my boys. I got a real tight circle here, and I just hang out with them, and we do whatever. Fresno is a real nature type area, so
Hmm.
we're around everything. We're around LA, next to the beach, next to NorCal, next to Vegas, all these things. So we can really do everything we want to, and we can enjoy ourselves while we're here. But it's been fun. It's been fun for sure because you really meet people that you're going to be friends with the rest of your life. You can feel the
Absolutely.
brotherhood connection, and you know you're going to be with them the rest of your life, no matter where y'all go, what happens. Y'all
Yeah.
locked in because y'all
Yeah.
bleed, y'all cry together, y'all
Yeah.
grind
Talk to
together.
me.
So
I'm getting
it's
chills,
fun.
bro. Like people don't understand. Like
Yeah.
football and sports is just your own
Hmm.
fraternity. You know what I mean? Because listen, we around each other. Like if we fight, we
Yep.
cry. When you win a big game, it's like you bleed and you sweat and people don't understand like summer workouts and we'll talk about off season workouts, but
Hmm.
that's where you really become a brotherhood. Like it's not during the season.
Hmm.
It's that
Yeah.
off season where you're doing, let's say, county fairs. I don't know if you guys do
Hmm.
county fairs, but and you're like, bro, I need you to pick it up. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Hmm.
leaning on you and you leaning on me. And if you false start, I'm gonna kick your butt, but still love you because we all know
Yeah.
fights happen.
Oh yeah. Hmm. They do.
We all brothers and things like that. But like, how was the off season? You and like, how was that coming along? Your strength and conditioning, your speed, things like that.
Off season, it is the season. That's what your season is going to be. Whatever you do in off season is what your season is going to be. So that's the biggest thing I had to understand. But it's been fun. It's a grind, and you're right. That's where you really get that brotherhood connection because
Right.
it's a whole lot of bickering, a whole lot of loving, a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of crying, sweating, everything. It's a lot because the off-season training schedule is real and it's not for the weak. But when you get into it, it makes it easy because everyone around you is doing it with you and they're all supporting you too. And they all want the same goal. And so it's fun more than anything. It's not just work. It's fun. So it's definitely an experience.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about Fresno State. So hopefully this year I get to come to a game. You'll give me some VIP tickets. Tell your coaching staff, give me like a headset. Something. You know what I mean? But let's talk about your schedule coming up, which I know it's out. What are some games that you're looking forward to? Because let's be honest, last year you played against my alma mater. I don't like what y'all did. Okay, I did not. Okay, disrespectful, but it is what we had a down year last year. Okay.
Okay.
We had a day. But as far as this season, what games are you starting oh, I can't wait till I play against ...
Honestly, for me, it's got to be Michigan. I mean, I take every game by game, of course, but Michigan, that's a game because my pops, Michigan alum, mom from the Midwest too. My sister's at University of Michigan right now, so that game for me is huge. That's a dream come true for me. Be able to play in the big house and to perform, and I get to beat them. So so
wait, hold on. Are we saying this on April 13th? Fresno State beating Michigan.
That's what I say. We beat the national champions. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Listen. And when it happens, I'm just gonna repost this conversation. And then Zeke, you're gonna make a whole lot of money because they're gonna be like, yo, Zeke says it all. Like whatever Zeke says, it goes. So I love it. I love it. That's cool. Here we go. Last question.
Okay.
That is what that's crazy. So what would you tell your younger self, right? From what you know now. And this is a question I ask everybody who I talk to, because stuff now, like, damn, I wish I would have did this, when I was younger, Zeke, and things like that. But what would you tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to take a breath. That's what I would say. Because man, that lifestyle of recruiting and to work to get to the next level, it's ruthless. And you don't know till you know. And I know myself, I was a grindaholic. And so I would tell myself, take a breath. It's all going to work out. It's all part of the plan. It's going to work for you. That's what I tell myself. Nothing else. I wouldn't change anything, wouldn't move any conversation, wouldn't say anything else. I would just say, take a breath. Because that's what I needed at that time. Yeah.
You know what? And that's something good that I think we athletes just don't do, right? Because we get so ingrained of wake up, go to sleep, do homework, wake up, work out, do this, school, that we don't just say, stop, breathe, like have an ice cream if you want.
Exactly.
And that's what I tell my kids now. It's like, hey man, like this job, this process, it's a job and it is a roller coaster. You know what I mean? Where you got the highs, you have the lows, and sometimes you're frustrated where I might have to put that on a shirt or say that more, just breathe. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, listen, I'm thank you for setting time aside to have this with Game Time Huddle. I appreciate you, bro. You already know I'm one of your biggest fans, bro. You know what I mean? So we always talk, and I'm always like, yo, what you doing over there, bro? So hopefully this year, listen, I'm gonna talk to the Miss, see if I can get out there, the good old Fresno. And man, listen, just keep grinding, bro. Listen, we love you. I love you, dog. You already know. Tell the family I said what up. Thank you again, and go out there and ball out, my dude.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Perfect. Listen, this is another session. Listen, Game Time Huddle. We'll see you next Saturday, and holla at your boy.